On June 15, 2026, a video appeared on Chinese social media showing a large unmanned aircraft hovering above an undisclosed airfield in Sichuan province. It rotated around its vertical axis. It tilted its twin propellers forward, and it flew away. That sequence, hover, rotation, transition, is the most technically demanding thing a tilt-rotor aircraft can do. It is the moment the flight control software has to simultaneously manage a vehicle that is no longer a helicopter and not yet an airplane, with half the lift coming from rotors and half from a wing that is not yet generating full authority. The history of tilt-rotor development is defined by the difficulty of this transition. Bell spent roughly 20 years and lost multiple aircraft learning how to do it in the V-22 Osprey. What the June footage showed was a 6-ton Chinese tilt-rotor doing it autonomously and untethered, roughly 6 months after its maiden flight. The aircraft is the United Aircraft R6000, also known as the Lanying, Blue Eagle in Mandarin. It is not a Cessna competitor. It is not a light utility aircraft. It is the world's largest uncrewed tilt-rotor currently in active flight testing, built by a private Chinese aerospace company, powered by China's first fully indigenous civil turboshaft engine, and targeting a projected certification date of 2027. This is what it is, what it can do, and why it matters. Drop a comment and tell us where in the world you are watching from. And if you follow unmanned aviation or military logistics platforms, stick around. The comparison to the V-22 at the end of this story is the number that changes how you think about this aircraft. United Aircraft Group is a Shenzhen-based private aerospace company founded in 2012 by Tian Gangyin, who remains chairman, president, and chief executive. It is a private enterprise, not a state-owned company, though deeply embedded in what China calls its military-civil integration ecosystem. The company built its reputation on coaxial and multi-rotor unmanned systems, the TD-220 and TD-550 coaxial unmanned helicopters, the Q-20 quadrotor, agricultural drones, and the Boeing T-1400 tandem rotor heavy-lift helicopter. Tian led early TD-220 flight tests in the Gobi Desert around 2014 and 2015, winning a Chinese military public tender and establishing the company's credibility with defense procurement. The TD-550D received a KAC type certificate in March 2025, making it one of the first large unmanned rotorcraft to achieve Chinese civil airworthiness certification. The R6000 is a significant departure from that background. Where the earlier systems topped out at 600 kilograms of payload in helicopter configuration, the R6000 targets 2,000 kilograms of payload at cruise speeds, roughly double what any helicopter can achieve. The technical architecture reflects lessons from Western tilt-rotor development, specifically the Bell V280 Valor. Rather than rotating the entire engine nacelle as the V-22 Osprey does, which adds mechanical complexity and weight to the nacelle structure, the R6000 uses fixed engine nacelles at the wingtips with tilting propeller shafts. This second-generation tilt-rotor configuration reduces the nacelle mass that must be rotated during transition, simplifies the mechanical system, and is the same approach Bell chose for the V-280 when they were designing the future long-range assault aircraft competitor. The Warzone noted that the swiveling rotor arrangement looks heavily inspired by, if not directly derived from, the V-280. Whether that represents independent parallel engineering or something more deliberate is an open question. The aircraft measures 11.9 meters in length, with a rotor-to-rotor span of approximately 17.4 meters. A straight, high-mounted wing carries the wingtip nacelles. A U-shaped twin-fin tail provides stability. Canard-like foreplanes house the main landing gear. The undercarriage retracts fully. Wing folding and blade retraction reduce the parking footprint for shipboard or confined space operations. The maximum takeoff weight is 6,100 kilograms. That places it in the same weight class as the Leonardo AW609, the Italian-American crewed tilt-rotor that has been in development since the 1990s. The payload capacity of 2,000 kilograms exceeds what the AW609 can carry in internal cargo configuration. The cabin volume is 7.6 cubic meters. In crewed configuration, which is a planned variant, the aircraft can seat 6 to 12 passengers, commonly cited as 10, or accommodate 2 to 4 medical litters, plus up to 4 medical staff in a medevac configuration. The propulsion comes from the AECC AES-100 turboshaft. AECC being the Aero Engine Corporation of China, a state-owned enterprise. The AES-100 delivers 1100 kilowatts of power with a fuel consumption rate of 0.276 kilograms per kilowatt-hour and a 3,000-hour overhaul interval. It received KAC type certification in August 2024 and a production license in June 2025. The significance of this engine is worth stating clearly. It is China's first fully indigenous civil turboshaft in this power class. Previous Chinese rotorcraft programs depended heavily on foreign engines or licensed designs. A domestically certified engine removes that dependency and the export control vulnerability that comes with it. AECC and United Aircraft signed a sales and leasing contract for engine deliveries to be completed by end of 2026. The manufacturer stated performance figures are cruise speed of 550 km per hour, approximately 297 knots in fixed wing mode. Service ceiling of 7,620 meters or 25,000 feet. Range figures in the literature span from 1,500 kilometers in some early documents to 4,000 kilometers in later materials. That spread is unusually wide. The Leonardo AW609, which is a comparable crewed aircraft with considerably more development maturity behind it, achieves approximately 1,800 kilometers even with auxiliary fuel tanks. The 4,000-kilometer figure for the R6000 is almost certainly a ferry or best-case number rather than a practical mission range. All manufacturer performance figures for an aircraft this early in its flight test program should be treated as claims rather than established facts. The avionics architecture is described as fly-by-wire, with an intelligent tilt and flight control system using sensor fusion, precision navigation, and redundant avionics. The aircraft is designed for fully autonomous operation. The June 2026 free flight footage showed it executing the hover-to-cruise transition without any ground-based pilot input visible in the reporting. Independently, the Aviation Week coverage of the February 2026 Singapore Airshow noted that the fleet incorporates a fly-by-light flight control system, optical fiber rather than copper wiring, providing both weight reduction and electromagnetic interference immunity. The development timeline moved quickly by any standard. The concept was unveiled at Singapore in February 2024. The first prototype rolled off the line in Wuhu, Anhui, in October 2024. Public debut at Zhuhai Airshow in November 2024, appearing in both civil and PLA-style liveries. Ground engine runs in May and June 2025. A tethered hover in September and November 2025, with the aircraft lashed at 4 points, the standard initial validation for a tilt rotor where the flight control system is being tested before anyone is willing to let the aircraft go free. Maiden flight, December 28, 2025, near Dayang Shifang in Sichuan. Untethered free flight with full hover-to-cruise transition in June 2026. That progression from first prototype rollout to successful conversion corridor transit in approximately 20 months is aggressive. Whether it reflects genuine engineering competence, selective public disclosure of milestone footage with gaps in between, or some combination of both is not possible to determine from open sources. What is visible is that the transition flight happened, and the footage is consistent with a functioning system. The tethered to free transition deserves emphasis because tilt rotor history makes it consequential. The V-22 Osprey killed 30 people in accidents during its development program, with multiple fatal crashes related to the conversion corridor and the aerodynamic complexity of the vortex ring state, a condition where the downwash of the rotors in powered descent can cause a sudden catastrophic loss of lift. Solving the conversion corridor control problem for a 6-ton autonomous aircraft, without a pilot to react to unexpected dynamics, requires flight control software that can manage a vehicle in a state that doesn't respond like a helicopter or an aeroplane. The June footage shows that software working. It does not show whether it fails gracefully under all the conditions that matter operationally. If you are still watching, if the specific gap between "we filmed a successful transition" and "we have a certified reliable system" is registering, hit subscribe and drop a comment below. Type R6000 if you made it this far. The competition and certification sections coming up are where the real questions live. United Aircraft has positioned the R6000 for a broad range of civilian applications: cargo and logistics, medevac, disaster relief, offshore and maritime support, firefighting, police patrol, and passenger air taxi and VIP transport. These align with China's low-altitude economy policy framework. The KAA has projected the low-altitude economy market reaching 1.5 trillion yuan by 2025 and potentially 3.5 trillion yuan by 2035, numbers that provide enormous political motivation to build the aircraft types required to populate that market. The military potential is more direct. A runway-independent platform carrying 2,000 kilograms of payload at 300 knots with a mission radius of over 1,000 kilometers has obvious utility for resupply of South China Sea Island installations, operations from plan amphibious ships including the Type 076 Sichuan, and logistic support to remote border outposts. The PLA-liveried concept art displayed at Zhuhai 2024 made no attempt to obscure this application. Su Tzu-yun at Taiwan's National Defense Security Research Institute offered a measured counterpoint, suggesting the R6000 has more value in commercial transport than military strike roles, citing its relatively high noise and radar signature making it a target for air defense systems. That assessment applies to the current uncrewed cargo configuration. It does not apply to potential ISR, communications relay or electronic warfare variants that use the same airframe. The competition the R6000 faces is worth being accurate about because the aircraft it will most frequently be compared against are tilt rotors and large unmanned platforms, not light turboprops. The Leonardo AW609 is the closest analog in weight and cabin size. It is a crewed aircraft with a two-pilot certification, approximately 1,800 kilogram payload, cruise speed of around 270 knots, and a development history stretching back to the 1990s. It is only now reaching shipboard operational trials, having conducted deck landings from the Italian carrier ITS Cavour in 2024. The AW609 shows that tilt rotor certification is genuinely difficult to execute and takes considerably longer than optimistic initial schedules suggest. The Bell V-280 Valor, selected in 2022 as the U.S. Army's future long-range assault aircraft and designated MV-75 in May 2025, is a crewed system at approximately 13,000 kilograms maximum takeoff weight, significantly larger and heavier than the R6000. The Bell V-247 Vigilant is the most directly comparable American concept, an uncrewed tilt rotor targeting a 2,000-pound internal payload at roughly 240 to 300 knots. It remains a concept study, not yet in hardware. Within China, United Aircraft faces a state-owned competitor. The Aviation Industry Corporation of China's Harbin Aircraft Industry Group flew a crewed tilt rotor prototype in 2025 using the same fixed nacelle V-280 style configuration. China historically runs parallel competing programs. The J-20 and J-31 stealth fighters are the most visible example, and then selects a winner. Whether the R6000 or the Avike crewed program becomes the dominant platform, or whether they serve different niches, will be determined by certification timelines, cost, and military procurement decisions over the next several years. The certification question is the most significant near-term uncertainty. KAAC does not currently have a type certificate category for a 6-ton tilt-rotor unmanned aircraft. Creating that category requires not just technical standards, but regulatory framework development that analysts describe as much a political and institutional challenge as a technical one. United Aircraft is targeting KAAC certification around 2027. Analysts estimate 18 to 24 months of testing beyond the maiden flight are required. Whether the regulatory pathway can be constructed alongside the technical validation in parallel, or whether certification will wait for the flight test program to complete first, directly determines whether the projected 2027 date is feasible. Orders reported at Zhuhai 2024 vary depending on the source, ranging from 1 billion yuan in contracts with more than 10 companies from the UAE, South Korea, and China, to reports citing closer to 10 billion yuan. No unit price has been publicly disclosed. Analysts expect it well below the V22's unit cost of $70 to $109 million, but the R6000 will be expensive. The value proposition is runway independence and 297-knot cruise combined, capabilities no fixed-wing turboprop can offer and no helicopter can approach. The things to watch over the next 18 months are straightforward. A confirmed KAC certification pathway and timeline would be the first major validation of the program's commercial viability. A disclosed unit price would allow real competitive analysis. The reliability of the AES-100 engine across an extended flight test campaign matters enormously. China has historically struggled with turboshaft reliability in new indigenous designs, and the AES-100 has not yet accumulated significant operational hours. Any setback during the transition corridor testing, which is where the risk is concentrated, would be the most consequential technical development in either direction. The June 2026 footage showed a vehicle that can hover, rotate, and transition to forward flight autonomously. That is real. Whether it can do that reliably, repeatedly, at night, in turbulence, fully loaded, and within the certification standards required for commercial operation is what the next 2 years of testing will determine. If this story stayed with you, subscribe to Naval Report. We cover aviation, maritime technology, and the engineering decisions behind what is being built right now. The R6000 is one of those stories. The next chapter is still being written in a test hangar in Sichuan.